All right, so we're going to be doing a Canadian housing market update for the month of September. And we're going to be using the most recent statistics available from all the different real estate boards across Canada, which is the August statistics. So we'll be looking at individual cities as well as a few different provinces. So if you're interested in specific cities, you can just look along the bottom and select the appropriate chapter to jump ahead to the city that you'd like to look at. So we're going to start with the Canadian real estate market as a whole, then we'll be jumping around from city to city. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so for the national stats, in August 2022, there was 37,256 sales across Canada, which is about a 1% drop from last month. So a slight slowdown in the number of sales from July, which is not too bad of a drop compared to what we've been seeing recently. But it is still down significantly from the number of sales in August of last year. It's down 24.7% from last year. And in terms of new listings across Canada, there was 68,992. and a sales to new listings ratio of 54%. Now, I'm not sure exactly what the active inventory is across Canada, but I do know that we've got about 3.5 months of inventory. So that's the number of months it would take for all the homes to sell if they continued selling at the same pace and there was no new listings. Now, the composite benchmark price for Canada as a whole was sitting at $760,400, which is down 2.8% from last month. So still seeing a pretty significant change in the composite price, but it's still up for the year. It's up 7% for the year. All right, so let's jump over and take a look at Toronto now. So in the Toronto real estate market, there was 5,627 sales, which is actually an increase of 14.5% from last month, but a decrease of 34.2% from last year. There was 10,537 new listings, representing a sales to new listings ratio of 53%. Number of active homes for sale in Toronto at the end of August was sitting at 13,305, which is a 13.2% reduction from last month, but a 62.2% increase from last year. So you can see that they were able to eat into the inventory a little bit in this last month, but inventory is still up quite a bit for the year. And they're sitting at 2.4 months of inventory in Toronto. Now, the composite benchmark price in Toronto is sitting at $1,124,600, which is down 2.8% from last month. So also a similar drop from what we saw nationally, but up 8.9% for the year. All right, let's jump over and take a look at Vancouver. So in Vancouver, there was 1,870 sales, which is just a small drop from last month, down 0.9% from last month, but down 40.7% from last year. There was 3,328 new listings and a sales to new listings ratio of 56%. Now, in terms of active inventory, they were sitting at 9,662 active homes for sale at the end of the month, which was a 6.1% drop from last month, but a 7.3% increase from last year. And months of inventory has climbed up to 5.2 months of inventory in Vancouver. Now, the composite benchmark price is sitting at $1,180,500, which is a 2.2% increase from last month and a 7.4% increase from last year. Okay, now we're going to jump over and take a look at the city of Calgary. There was 2,136 sales, which was a 5.2% drop from last month and a 5% drop from last year. There was 2,719 new listings and a sales to new listings ratio of 79%, so pretty strong sales to new listings ratio there. Active inventory was sitting at 4,780 at the end of the month, which is a 10.4% drop from last month and a 21.2% increase from last year. And they were sitting at 2.2 months of inventory, so still relatively tight there in Calgary. The benchmark price was sitting at $521,300, which is a 1% drop from last month, but an 11% increase from last year. Now, taking a look at the greater Edmonton area, this is my market, so if you are looking at buying or selling in Edmonton, definitely recommend reaching out to me. You can reach me on my cell at 780-819-5508. Either text me or call me, or you can go to booktrevornow.com, select a time on my calendar, and then I'll call you, and I can give you some free advice and basically do a free strategy session with you to help you figure out exactly what you should be doing in this real estate market based on your given situation. So let's jump right into the greater Edmonton stats. I will also mention you can check out some of my other videos for more in-depth market updates on Edmonton specifically. But just looking at Edmonton for August, there was 1,808 sales in the greater Edmonton area. And that's an 8.3% drop compared to last month. So it did drop a little bit more than Calgary, and a 12% drop in sales compared to last year. Now there was 3,156 new listings and a sales to new listings ratio of 57%. In terms of active inventory, they were sitting at 7,922 homes at the end of the month, which was a 4.8% increase from last month and a 3% increase from last year. And months of inventory sitting at 2.2 months of inventory. Now, benchmark price is sitting at $392,400, which is a 2.8% drop from last month and a 4.3% increase from last year. Now jumping over to the Ottawa Real Estate Board. In Ottawa, there was 1,137 sales in the month of August, which is a 2.4% increase from last month and a 27% decrease from last year. There was 2,093 new listings for the month of August, which is gives you a sales to new listings ratio of 54%. Now, active inventory is approximately 2,956 at the end of the month, which is a 1.3% drop from last month. I don't have the data on last year, and then they were sitting at 2.6 months of inventory. $650,200 composite benchmark price, which is a 3.6% drop from last month and a 4% increase from last year. All right, so let's jump over and take a look at Winnipeg. So in Winnipeg, there was 1,375 sales in the month of August, which is a 10.8% drop from last month and a 15% drop from last year. They had 2,201 new listings for the month of August, and which gives them a 62% sales to new listings ratio. They had 3,764 active listings at the end of the month, which is a 1.7% increase from last month and a 28% increase from last year. And they were sitting at 2.7 months of inventory. Their composite benchmark price was $346,500, which was down 1.4% from last month and up 4% from last year. All right, Hamilton and Burlington. There was 906 sales, which is up 11.7% compared to last month, but down 24.2% for the year. So this is one of those interesting markets. We got several of them here where they actually had an increase in sales. Even though they were taking some losses in previous months, we're seeing a change in the number of sales happening in August. So it was down 24.2% for the year, but the new listings were sitting at 1,641, giving them a sales to new listings ratio of 55%. There was 2,356 active homes approximately at the end of the month, representing a 6.2% drop in inventory for the month. Don't have the data for the year, and they were sitting at 2.6 months of inventory. The benchmark price was $862,300, which was down 2.4% for the month and up 2% for the year. So still seeing a lot of drops across the board in benchmark price. Now looking at the Kitchener-Waterloo board, there were 659 sales, which was up 19.8% for the month, but down 8.1% for the year. There was 933 new listings, and they had a sales to new listings ratio of 71%. 1,003 active homes for sale at the end of the month, which was an 18.9% drop in inventory, but up still a lot from last year, up 188.2% from last year. And they have 1.4 months of inventory, so still pretty tight. Composite benchmark price was sitting at $734,500, which is down 1.9% compared to last month and up 2.1% compared to last year. All right, now looking at London and St. Thomas, there were 607 sales for the month of August, which is up 18% for the month and down 34.8% for the year. They had 339 new listings and a sales to new listings ratio of 56%. 1,639 active inventory at the end of the month, which was an 11.6% drop from last month and 174.5% increase from last year. And they were sitting at 2.7 months of inventory. Now the composite benchmark price was $599,500, which is down 3.9% from last month, but up 0.5% for the year. All right, now taking a look at Niagara, there was 516 sales in the month of August, which was up 24.9% compared to last month, but down 35.7% compared to last year. They had 1,184 new listings and a sales to new listings ratio of 44%. There was 2,155 active properties for sale at the end of the month, which represents a 2% drop in their inventory levels compared to last month, but they're still up 142.4% compared to last year, and their months of inventory was sitting at 4.2 months of inventory. Now the benchmark price in Niagara is sitting at $687,500, which is down 4% from last month and up 4.4% from last year. So you're seeing a lot of these markets are seeing pretty significant changes in their benchmark price on a month-over-month basis. And a lot of these markets are really eating into the gains they've had for the year. And they're not looking nearly as impressive as they looked earlier this year. Now, if you look at Windsor and Essex, there was 467 sales in the month of August, which is up 18.8% for the month. It's down 34.7% compared to last year. There was 1,119 new listings, which is gives you a sales to new listings ratio of 42%. There was 1,558 active homes for sale at the end of the month, which was a 6.1% drop compared to last month and a 107.2% increase compared to last year. They had 3.3 months of inventory, a benchmark price of $644,900, which is down 3.5% compared to last month, but still up 15.2% compared to last year. So again, another market seeing a significant change in prices. Durham region, there was 806 sales, which is a 15% increase month over month, but a 23% decrease compared to last year. They had 1,275 new listings and a sales to new listings ratio of 63%. There was also 1,121 active homes for sale at the end of the month, which is a 17.1% increase compared to last month and 135% increase compared to last year. 1.4 months of inventory. Benchmark price was sitting at $961,300, which is a 3.4% drop compared to last month and a 6.9% increase compared to last year. Jumping over to the Greater Victoria area, there was 478 sales, which is a 6.3% drop compared to last month and a 42.5% drop compared to last year. There's approximately 133 new listings. So there's a sales to new listings ratio of only 28%. There was 2,137 active homes for sale at the end of the month, which is a 1.2% drop in inventory compared to last month, but a 90.8% increase in inventory compared to last year. Sitting at about 4.5 months of inventory approximately. The benchmark price for Greater Victoria was $953,800, which is down 2.2% for the month and up 18% for the year. Now jumping over to the province of New Brunswick, this is the province as a whole. There was 956 sales in the month of August, which is down 1.3% compared to last month and down 19% compared to last year. There was 1,348 new listings, which is a sales to new listings ratio of 71%. There's 3,236 active homes for sale at the end of the month, which is a 2.2% drop compared to last month and a 1.8% drop compared to last year. And they had 3.4 months of inventory. Now the benchmark price in New Brunswick as a whole is sitting at $287,600, which is down 3.3% compared to last month and up 20.8% compared to last year. All right, so let's look at Nova Scotia as a whole now. There was 1,181 sales in the month of August, which is up 1.1% from last month, but down 17.6% compared to last year. There's 1,589 new listings, giving you a sales to new listings ratio of 74%, so up there pretty high. 3,531 properties for sale at the end of the month in terms of active inventory, which is a 0.3% increase from last month and a 13.2% increase from last year. Sitting at 3 months of inventory, the benchmark price is $395,300, which was down 3.7% compared to last month, but up 17.8% compared to last year. Now looking over at Newfoundland, they had 667 sales for the month of August, which is down 5.1% from last month and down 4.7% compared to last year. They had 889 new listings and a sales to new listings ratio of 75%. Now, there was 3,069 active homes for sale at the end of the month, which is a 2.7% drop compared to last month, but a 33.9% increase compared to last year. And they were sitting at 4.6 months of inventory and a benchmark price of $286,000. That represents a 0% change from last month, but an 8.9% increase from last year. Now looking over at the Quebec City Metro, they had 523 sales in the month of August, which is down 3.8% from last month, but also down 10% from last year. There were 769 new listings, which gives you a sales to new listings ratio of 68%. There was 2,656 active homes for sale at the end of the month, which is up 4% from last month and down 9% from last year. They had 5.1 months of inventory, a benchmark price of $315,300, which is down 1.9% from last month, but up 8.6% for the year. Last but not least, we got the Montreal Metro, and they had 2,681 sales, which was down 12.9% from last month and down 20% from last year. They had 5,211 new listings and a sales to new listings ratio of 51%. Active inventory was sitting at 13,715, which is an increase of 8.2% compared to last month and an increase of 37% compared to last year. 5.1 months of inventory and a benchmark price of $523,700. That's down 1.8% from last month and up 8.5% for the year. That wraps it up for the Canadian real estate market update in September. We'll have another one coming out for you in October using the September stats, so make sure you like and subscribe. Hope you got value out of the video. If you click over here, you can subscribe, and if you click over here, you can check out another video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.